Alright, what's up guys? It's Nate Trent here. Really excited for this video, guys. I'm going to be giving you guys a quick guide on how I fix my hormones, guys. There's some really good info in this guide that I made. I spent days on this, and I'm really excited to get all this info out there for you guys. If you guys are not ready to level up, take your physique to the next level, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the video for you, okay? I have a lot of good information, and I want the right audience to be watching this video. This is how I went from this soy boy to kind of jacked, kind of shredded. I still got work to do, but we're going to get into my personal story, and then we're going to break down some little habits that you guys can do every single day that are going to make a huge difference on your hormonal health and just the way that you feel every single day. And look, so my personal story, guys. I started off training in 2019, 2020. I started falling into the hypertrophy training, so it was like 6, maybe even 7 days a week, constantly never ever getting any sleep, never getting any recovery from the gym, just constantly always feeling like crap. I was also falling into the health scam foods like, the protein bars, the protein shakes, the Quest chips, just destroying my gut. I had no idea what I was doing because I was listening to the fitness influencers' health advice. I love the guy, but Jesse James West really was popping off at the time, and he really was an influence on me, and well, look where it got me. Terrible gyno, pale, everything, guys. Anyways, I'm trying to run through this because this is the 3rd time I've recorded this video. So as time went on, I did start to see some progress. I forgot to put a photo here, but I wish I would have known the truth sooner, guys, because the progress I was making was fine, but it was so slow and it so hindered. I could have been making so much more progress, so much quicker, if I was doing the right things, and I wish I would have known what I know now back then, because I would have made progress way faster. So this is only like a year, maybe a year difference. Not even great, maybe a little bit development in my chest, but terrible. I mean, I was just doing all the wrong things, guys, and we're going to get into that. So my transition into powerlifting. After hypertrophy, I started getting into powerlifting, and I was powerlifting 5 to 6 times a week. I was eating pasta every single day, guys. And I was constantly eating cheat meals. And if I ate my pasta for my day, that would justify eating a cheat meal, which made no sense because that pasta already had so many carbs in it that was just spiking my blood sugar up and down, through the roof and down. And all it was doing is just causing me to be super inflamed, giving me crappy energy, giving me acne everywhere. And one of my nipples is inflamed in one of this, and one isn't. I just look so unhealthy in these photos. Bloated face, puffy nipples, acne everywhere, man tits, just terrible. I was drinking energy drinks, doing pre-workout. I only cared about powerlifting. That was the only thing that mattered to me. I didn't care about my personal life. And yeah, I mean, it was just terrible. And even though I was making progress in training, I always felt like crap. All these things are things that I experienced. I had brain fog, energy crashes, mood swings. I had inflammation, bad sleep because I was in high school and I didn't care about my sleep. Senior year for me in high school was terrible for my health, guys. For my health, but for my sleep, because I didn't have classes, and I justified that to going to bed at 12 every night, sometimes 1 in the morning, waking up feeling like trash, guys. So as time went on, this is when stuff started to go really down south for me. Stuff started to get really bad. All those factors I just talked up above started to really get to me. I started to have panic attacks every day. I was constantly in fight or flight, and this led me to losing about 30 pounds in 2 months, guys. I was going insane, okay? My hormones were wrecked. Okay, I went from 230 pounds right here, obviously pretty bulky, to 200 pounds. I would argue I look better in this than this. I just look skinny fat. I just look terrible because I knew I was doing so bad mentally. So many outside factors in my life were causing this. So many internal factors, guys. And the worst part about it, even though I was still training, I was half-assing my training sessions, and I was coping with my anxiety with more cheat meals, okay? After class in college, I would eat Pancheros because I thought it was healthy. Pancheros is not healthy, guys. I was eating cheat meals every single day because I was so mentally weak, and I knew I was getting fat. And I knew that I was getting nowhere, not even just in my life, but in training. And I knew I had to make a change, guys. Because I just look skinny fat, super inflamed, terrible acne, guys. This is an era in my life that I just never want to go back to. I'm not going to lie. I just remember how I felt. And guys, in this moment in my life, I'd always ask myself, like, why do I always feel like trash? Why is my attention span so bad? Why am I always bloated? And why is sleep not doing anything for me? No matter how much sleep I got, I always woke up tired. But most importantly, guys, I asked myself, is this the way that God intended me to feel and look? And the answer is no. The answer is no. Because all the stuff I was doing up here, you know, the cheat meals, the crap food, the refined carbs, the mood swings, the inflammation, the bad sleep, that is not in accordance to how God designed humans to look and how to feel, okay? So, this is when I began to do my own research on stuff. I started to learn about real nutrition. I started studying hormones, specifically testosterone and how it's made in the body in men through cholesterol. I realized that food quality did matter. I stopped eating cheat meals. Guys, I haven't had a cheat meal in a while now. Like, it's been a long time. Started prioritizing my sleep, all because I had that spiritual conviction with God. You know what I mean? Because, like, it just didn't make sense to me why I always felt like crap. You know what I mean? So I started to do my own research, and then this is where we're going to get into the section where you guys can take some stuff away from this video. So, like I said, if you aren't ready to level up, take your physique, your lifestyle to the next level, do not watch this portion of the video, because I want people who are dedicated to bettering their life. And before we get into this section, guys, I'm going to be linking products of stuff that I cover in this video in the description below. So if you're ever curious, check out the description. And yeah, these are just everyday habits that I changed. Not all of them. I made this list, but that's not everything. We're going to cover more and more videos, but this is just for this guide. So, little things you can do every single day. Number 1, teeth brushing. You guys should be brushing your teeth, obviously. The problem with modern teeth brushing is that you're using plastic bristle toothbrush with fluoride toothpaste. Obviously, fluoride is absolutely poison to your body. Plastic, microplastics, when you brush, it's going right into your bloodstream. What I decided to do, I buy bamboo bristle toothbrush, which obviously bamboo doesn't have any microplastics in it, and the handle is literally made out of wood too. I also use fluoride-free toothpaste. I use the Hello brand. I'll pop it up right here. I don't know if it's really that great of a brand. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I know it doesn't have fluoride in it. And also coconut oil. I use coconut oil every few days. I swish it around my mouth. It's supposed to get all the bad bacteria out of your mouth, guys. So, yeah, like I said, I'll put stuff in the description. Just little things, guys. Everyone brushes their teeth. Well, you should be brushing your teeth. And that's just a small habit that made a huge difference. So, clothing. So modern clothing like polyester, spandex, nylon, obviously it's super stretchy, and it binds to your skin so much, and it traps heat, sweat, irritates the crap out of your skin. And there's been studies shown, guys, when you put nylon, your spandex, your polyester in the dryer, it heats up and can give you microplastic chemicals that can literally go on your skin, and your skin absorbs it. So, what I do, guys, I only wear cotton clothes. I wear cotton underwear. I wear boxers, boxer briefs, the ones that look like shorts. And I only wear cotton sweatpants, sweatshirts, shirts, t-shirts, whatever. Guys, this is going to make a huge difference. And if you're not going to dedicate yourself to only wearing cotton, at least as a guy, please only wear cotton underwear. Because when that polyester, that spandex, that nylon is touching your balls, it's going right into your balls, okay? Cotton is a natural fiber, and it's going to give you less irritation. It's not going to trap sweat or heat. So, yeah, little things. Reheating food, guys. Microwaving food in plastic containers is cooking your hormones. I guarantee it, okay? It has been shown to release over 4 million microplastic and 2 billion nanoplastic particles. Because when you're heating up the plastic molecules are just leaching into your food, okay? And I know that some of you guys have to use a microwave for work. So what you can do instead is use glass. It's what I have to do, use glass containers so that it won't be leaching microplastics in it. Also, the problem with using microwaves is that it can literally take away some micronutrients in your food. Literally. Because of the radioactive signals and the EMFs. So instead, reheat your food over the stovetop. I use stainless steel. Cast iron is great, but never ever use Teflon, guys. Teflon was a material that they used on tanks in the war. Why would you ever want to use something that they used on tanks on your cooking pan? Teflon has been shown to give you forever chemicals that destroy your hormones, your endocrine system, and they call them forever chemicals because, you guessed it, they stay in your body forever. And also, do you ever notice when you heat up stuff in the microwave after, it just tastes like trash? Yeah. And obviously it's because the food isn't as fresh, but if you cook it over the stovetop, it's not going to taste as bad, guys. So it's just little things like this that are going to go a long way. Next thing, training approach. This is kind of tailored to me because I was a powerlifter and I was constantly training heavy, 6, maybe even 7 times a week, just constantly SBD, squat, bench, deadlift, SBD days, you know what I mean? Secondary, tertiary, primary days, stuff like that. What I switched to is I only train 4 to 5 times a week, and I'm prioritizing intensity. I'm getting in the gym. I'm not on my phone. I'm not watching reels, talking to people a lot. I'm prioritizing intensity. I'm in the gym for 45 minutes to an hour and 15 every single day. And now you have to realize that less is more, guys. Actually, if you're trying to live a healthy, long lifestyle, training is actually not a necessity. Movement is, okay? Because training really just, having muscle is great, don't get me wrong, but training is just going to scare your nervous system off. Not off, it's going to wreck your nervous system and put you in fight or flight even more. But training is obviously still great. I'm not saying don't train, but obviously make sure you're getting your movement in too. Okay, this one is more so tailored to me, not necessarily, but for my personal scenario, from what I was coming from, I switched to more intense, shorter workouts. So yeah. Okay, next topic, showering. Guys, showering in tap water and the soap you use are going to play a huge role in your skin and your hormones, okay? Because most modern soaps contain artificial coloring, parabens, sulfates, which have all been shown to destroy your endocrine function, okay? Showering in tap water is obviously going to dry the heck out of your skin, going to give you acne, and just terrible. So what you can do, I personally don't have one, but I know that shower head filters are great. I don't know how well they work. I want to get one because I wonder how well is that going to work if it's still coming from the same source. But yeah, try switching over to bar soaps. I only use this brand, One with Nature. It's pretty good. Use bar soaps with less than 5 ingredients that are made from like animal fats, honey, or essential oils, and they smell just as good, guys. You don't need Old Spice. It has so much crap in it that's just drying the heck out of your skin, and it's doing stuff to your body that you don't even realize, trust me. Okay, once again, little things. Blue light. Okay, this is huge. For me personally, I've noticed a huge difference, okay? So when you guys are going to bed, scrolling on your phone before you go to bed, watching YouTube on your laptop, watching TV, blue light is emitting right into your eyes, and what that tells your brain to do is wake up. Why would you want to wake up when you're trying to go to bed? That's just disrupting your melanin and disrupting your REM sleep. And obviously, having good sleep is important for your hormones. So, a tip I have for you guys, grab your phone, go to your settings. I'm not going to explain it fully, but you can change your settings so that if you click your power button 3 times, it switches the screen to red. And I do the same exact thing for my laptop. And when I tell you guys, when I'm trying to go to bed and I do that, I get so tired at night. When I'm trying to fall asleep at night, I switch my red light, or when I switch my screen to red, I instantly get tired, guys. And it's going to help your sleep so much. Okay, Bluetooth and EMF. This is one that hasn't been studied too much, but I personally don't take the risk on it. You know, when you're wearing these AirPods and the Bluetooth headphones, it's emitting EMF right to your brain. You know, when you wear headphones, it's obviously right next to your brain. I believe that could maybe give you some sort of cancer down the road. You know, radioactive going right to your brain can't be a good thing. So I personally switched to wearing wired headphones, guys. So I eliminate that risk completely. I wear the wired Apple ones that are like 10, 15, maybe $20. They sound fine, and if you have your phone charged, you never have to worry about charging your headphones ever again, because you know you just plug them in. So yeah. Okay guys, so stress management. This is huge. I'm just going to run right through it. Stop watching the porn. Stop eating the junk food. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop smoking. The way you manage your stress is going to play a huge role on how you feel, okay? So start managing your stress in the right way, like reading the Bible, reading real good informational books, meditation, mindfulness, grounding, walking, guys. This one is pretty self-explanatory. If you guys are not handling your stress in the right way, your stress will handle you, okay? Okay, guys, so the final topic, water. I get a lot of crap from this from people that I know personally. Tap water, absolute poison. Plastic water balls, microplastics, protein waters, you know, your Premier Protein, your Muscle Milk, all that crap. They all contain microplastics, heavy metals, and even birth control. The reason I say birth control, guys, is because when you share a water system in a town with women who are on the pill and are peeing out their piss, obviously, their birth control defects are getting back into the water system and going right to your faucet because the water systems, the filters are not good enough to get out the estrogenic particles. And as a guy, why would you want to be drinking estrogen? Destroys your hormones. It does nothing. So what I do, there's two options. One I forgot to put on here. Reverse osmosis water systems are like $200 to $300 on Amazon. They filter out all that crap, but if you're going to do that, you have to make sure you're buying ones that have the filters in them to add the magnesium, the calcium, but the potassium back into it, because that's good. But if you're just drinking reverse osmosis water, then you're just drinking flat water with no minerals in it. So that is one option. What I personally do, I only drink water packaged in glass, like the Mountain Valley is the one I drink the most. Sarasota, San Pellegrino, I've drank all these brands. They're great stuff. They contain natural levels of calcium, magnesium, potassium, guys. They have no tap water, no microplastics, no birth control, no crap that is affecting you every day without you realizing it. So yeah, that is kind of my little guide that I put together for you guys. Sorry if it seems like I'm in a rush. I am. These are all the things that I'm doing every day. I wanted to save some for other videos. Let me know if there's things that you think I might be missing out on. Comments, concerns, questions that you have. Put them all down below in the comments. I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I really hope that you can apply these things to your life. And yeah, guys, if you can't do all of these things at once, obviously maybe start with a few, and then maybe you can go all the way around the circle. And I guarantee that these things are going to change your life for the better. Really appreciate you guys taking the time listening to this video. Let me know what you guys have for comments, ideas. Okay, I'm saying the same thing. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.